So let's start today's class, and here I'm going to open the new file. So let's click on the, and here I'm not getting that uh, template file, right? So I'll go to this browse option and I will access that file where I have saved it. So here I have saved this, and now let me click on open. And now I will select this as project. So this template file, I will select this as project and click on OK. And here you can see that I'm getting all these levels as per the organization. I'm getting all these views organized within the project browser. OK, just a second now. All right, so here you can see that as per the template file, I'm getting it. OK, and not only I am, everyone who will be accessing this project template file, they will get all the settings, all the view settings, all the unit settings, snap settings, and annotation, and all the families which are loaded here. So everything included in this template file, and I can start working with this template file. All right. So as per the project, these levels are created at the right height. OK. And then what I can do, I can go to that foundation level or the ground floor plan. OK, so go to the ground floor level. Sorry, not from here. Uh, from this floor plan, go to this ground floor level. OK, so here we can start placing our grids for the layout. If you have any CAD files, if you already have created any CAD file, so that also you can insert here. So you can insert like the survey data files, and if you have any topo surface, so that also you can insert. Okay, so for that, let me go with this massing and site. So first we will create a site. Okay, so for that we have this site view. So for that we have this site. We need to go to this site. Okay, and here we have this two points. These are the coordinate points. So we have a project base point and another. If you press tab, you will see this is the project base point. So let me move it. And this is the survey point and this is the project base point. And they are placed at the same point at default condition. OK, so in later classes, I will describe about this 2 point. One is project base point, another is survey point. OK, so you need to know. Now we can create a topo surface for our site. We need to create the site. So for that we can go with the topo surface. If you have a CAD plan for that topo surface or the survey data, if you have available, if you have that, so you can use that also for creating. Let me just show you this topo surface, and here you can place some points over there. OK, to create your site, and this way, and for the point you can provide some elevation height over there. So let me just place these points, and these points are placed at a zero elevation. Now you can provide some elevations. Let me go with minus 100. OK, and there you place some points with minus 100. OK, and there you can go some other points. So like that, you can provide all the elevations and you can define the surface. All right, and after that, go for this finish surface, and this is created. Go to the top view on the realistic visual style. And there you can see that this topo surface is created. Okay, so you can go to this right elevation, and from this elevation you can check also. Or here in this context menu, we have this orient to view option, and we can orient to the any elevation view. Okay, so that we can do, and we will get this section box after orienting our 3D view to with this particular elevation. We will get this also. So with this section box, we can cut some sections. All right, so here you can see that we have some elevations. Oops, down there. All right, so this is created. You have created your site by placing the points. Now, if you have any CAD file, so that you can upload also. So let me quickly go for undo. So this way you can press Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, but this is not the best practice. So whenever you need to fully undo all the all the work, so for that go to the last, click on this undo drop down arrow, and then go to the last and click here, and everything is undone. Okay, now go to the site, and there you need to upload. So let me go to this insert tab, and here we have this link CAD and import CAD option. So when to choose link CAD and when to choose import CAD. So if you choose this link CAD, so it will remain as a CAD file, and it will be linked with that original CAD file. So ever if you makes any changes in the original CAD file, so that it will be updated in your Revit. Okay, so that's why we choose this link CAD. So it will be linked to the original CAD file, and you can choose this import CAD so that if you insert the CAD file, so later you can convert the CAD geometry into Revit elements, Revit annotation element or Revit model line, detail line. You can convert them into Revit elements. So for that you can choose import CAD option. Okay, so I'll go with this link CAD option, and here we have this topo surface side path option is there. Now let me just open up this. Okay, so this is the file, and what will be the import units? So specify the import unit as per this project, and where it will be placed at the ground floor level, or you can go with the foundation level also, where it will be placed. So I'm going with the ground floor level, and the positioning auto origin to internal origin, or you can go with auto center to center. Okay, so that you can go with. So I'm going to specify the positioning auto center to center. You can go with the manual center also, or
Uh,
manual origin.
Sorry to disturb you. What does this
Yes.
mean? Auto center to center, and then there are 3 to 4 different options. So, if I choose by shared coordinates or original to internal origin, what, how it changes basically? Can you
Yes,
describe?
I will definitely describe about all this. So right now I'm not describing about this shared coordinates, because you need to know about this survey point and about the coordinates in Revit. After that, I will demonstrate this one, and these are very simple, like center to center. So here you have this center point. Okay, within this screen you see this is the center point generally, and here you have this geometry in CAD. Okay, so for that you have a center point, the uh, geometric center, so it will match those two center, and automatically it will match, and we have this origin to internal origin, and you see that this CAD file has a origin, that is UCS origin 0, comma 0.
Yes.
And here also we have internal origin. The at the default condition that is matched with this survey point or the project base point. So everything is placed at the center right now at the default condition. So that right now you will see that AutoCAD origin will be placed at this internal origin. Okay, and you can choose this auto option manually. For that, we have this manual and manual center. That's the thing.
Okay.
Okay, and here we have this correct lines that are slightly off axis. So it's like graphical issues if you have any. So that you can choose if you don't even select, if you don't even check this, so there will be no such big difference. Now we have this orient to view, so it will orient to this view, and here we have this current view only. So you can choose this current view so that it will be only visible to this only this will only be visible on this ground floor level only. It will not be visible in other views. So if you check this, so it will be visible only in this ground floor. And now you see this is locked. So let's click on open, and here you can see this is placed at that center. Okay, right. Now we can convert this into our topo surface. So for that, I'll go to that massing and site, go to this topo surface. Okay, go to this topo surface, and then we have this option create from import. All right, then select import instance, and then any question?
There are two options, import instance, and then there is another option. So
Yeah, so there is this
specify point
option
file means
point
I pick
files.
points.
You can choose like .csv file. So you know that for survey data, we also create in Excel file. So that file you can upload, and accordingly it will create some points over there, and you can then create the topo surface. Okay, fine. Now go to insert, and I think I should choose with the import option, and I will go with the same all the same option within this import, and let's click on open, and this is placed. Now go to this massing and site, go to topo surface and choose create from import, select import instance, and then go to the ground floor. Uh, just a second. Go to this insert and go to the import CAD option. Let me uncheck it here. Current view only. I'm unchecking this current view only option. Okay, so here also it is visible, and go to this massing and site, topo surface, select import in. Yeah, I know that I'm not in the site view. So when you are creating the site in other floor plan, it will give you an error because in this site, Revit is programmed in this way that in this site view, you should create your topo surface. Okay. Uh, Let me go this select import instance and choose this. And then you can choose like what are the layers you want to include, and accordingly all the points will be created. So let me uncheck this 0 layer, and the topo minor, I think the building pads I can uncheck. So let me uncheck this one. Okay, so I'll check this too, and let me click on OK, and let me finish. And here you can see that this side is created. Okay, so this side will be visible in this site view. Okay, so this is the topo surface which you have created as per that CAD file. And here, let me go to this realistic. So this is the topo surface which is created. Okay. Now you can apply some materials to it. So the default material is applied here. You can go for some materials. So like grass, you can check for grass. So here the grass option is available, and we have two kind of grass available here. So this is, I think, within this miscellaneous. Okay. Then you need to add within this document. I think in AutoCAD, you learn the same option. You need to add within this document, and then we have this add into document and open the display editor, so we can edit this, and we can customize this material. So if you need to customize and add, then go for this option. And if you are not applying with the changes, you want to apply with the defaults, so then just add it here. And here in this appearance, you see this is the image which will be applied, and this is the color. And here we have this image fade option. Okay, so how much image will be fade, and how much color will be applied. So if you choose this image fade 100, so the total image will be applied. And if you go with this like 50%, so 50% color will be mixed with the image, and 50% image will be applicable. So this should be 100 if you are applying the image. And glossiness, you can apply some glossiness. So for glass, we don't need any glossiness. And definitely this is an uneven surface. So for that we will be applying bump, and we have these images. Okay, so you can choose from these images, and we have some more bump images. So you can choose some bump image. So this is one bump image. You can see that it's saved as bump, and you can choose some more bump image if it is available. If you can see, yeah, so here you can see some other bump images are available. Or else without selecting that bump also, you can choose another image file like this one or this one. Okay, so I'm going to select this one, and then click on open. All right, and how much bump effect will be there? So you will apply this amount, and let me click on open, click on OK. And this is the material applied here. And here we have some building pads. Okay, so the building pad is available here. So what will be the building pad area? So for that, let me just again go to this insert again. Then go to the import CAD or link CAD. So I'll go with this import CAD option, and okay, so within this current view only, I'm right now in this site. So let's go with this current view only. So auto center to center millimeter, click on open. Where it is. Just a second. Let me go with this wireframe. Yeah. So here it is available, and this green border is the building pad. Okay. So within this area, my building will be placed. Okay. So that is the building pad, and I need to create the building pad on my topo surface. So for that, we have this masking and site tab, and the building pad option is available, and you can define that area. So from here to here, you can create, or else you can go with the pick lines option. So select this line, select this line and select this line, and that is created. And where it will be placed at the ground floor level, or you can place at uh, foundation level also. Okay, so there you can place this as a PCC bed. This one you can place it as a PCC bed. So let me show you that, and you can finish it. You can go for finish. Okay, and now I can hide it. I can hide this CAD file. So for that, I have this hide in view option. Select this CAD file and go for this hide element. Now let me go to this. Here you can see that this is placed, and this cavity is created. Okay, so this is the building pad. See, this is the building pad, and this pad has some thickness. So this is the thickness, and you can apply concrete. You can apply this concrete. Okay, and here you have this within this graphics tab, and here you have this shading. So this is for the shaded visual style. What will be the color for shaded visual style? So you can choose this render appearance. So in this appearance, the same color will be matched in this shading option. So in the shaded visual style, you will get that color. Okay, and that is okay. Finish bump that is applied, and here you can go for this broom straight. Click on apply and OK, and that is OK. Apply and OK. So this is the material. All right, and after that you can start working. So next, let's go for the foundation level. Go to the foundation level, and there, if you have any plan, so you can go with the insert link add. Okay, so let me just check. Uh, just a second, let me check where I have saved that file.
Are we going to learn how to create families? Nested
Definitely,
basically.
definitely.
And mm, some massing basically.
The massing part we generally don't cover. Okay,
Okay.
but if you really do well for the other parts, I can teach you. So no problem with that. So for that, you need to cover all these parts, which I'm going to demonstrate. All the things you need to practice it. You need to learn those things very well, and after that, I can go with that massing. So I can learn you that extra.
Okay.
Uh, so let me go with the insert link add, and here I have that file. Mm, all right. So this is the file, and you can click on open. So it will be placed at this. Click on open. Okay, so this is the ground floor plan, and all these are included within this single CAD file. You can create different CAD files for this. So just let me place this. Okay, so let me reposition it here. Let me reposition at this level. If it is okay, so I have included within this within this particular view. So I should not check this current view only. And then let me choose that drafting building structure. Yeah. So here, let me go for open, and that is visible here also. Okay, so as I think this is in inches. Okay, so this is not the right plan for this. Okay, this is not the right plan for this site. So I'm just uploading, and I'm just showing you. Okay, you need to open the right topo surface. Accordingly, you will be creating, and you need to open the right CAD file. Now, what we can do, we can align it as per this. Okay, we need can align. So here I will go with this, and here I will select this CAD file. Select the CAD file and unhide element. And now let me go for this align option. Let me select this line and now go for this one. And here you can see this is aligned. Okay, and you need to place within that uh, building pad area. Okay, so as I told you that this is not the proper plan. Okay,
Sir,
just a second. Let me hide this element. And here you see this is the site. And as per this, you need to align the plan. So you need to you need to fit within this building pad where your building will be placed. So accordingly, you need to align. So here you have this align option, and you select the first object with which you will be aligning it, and then the second object. So that is this one. All right, and this is the building pad. Okay, so yeah, so upload a right CAD file according to your project. Yeah, what's the question?
सर उस प्लान का स्केल चेंज करके हम उसमें बिठा सकते हैं क्या लॉन्चिंग पैड में जो एक्सकेवेशन किया है बिल्डिंग का?
हाँ, वो कर सकते हैं, वो डेफिनेटली कर सकते हैं।
नहीं, ये प्लान का अभी जो आपने दिखा प्रेजेंट किया है था। यस, दिस वन रेड।
हाँ, ये हम लोग कर सकते हैं, लेकिन हमको जो है वो स्केल फैक्टर मालूम होना चाहिए। तो ये अभी मुझे थोड़ा मेहनत करके मैं सेट तो कर सकता हूँ, लेकिन क्या है कि ये जो प्लान है वो इस टोपो सरफेस के लिए नहीं है।
यस यस यस।
तो इसलिए हम मेहनत नहीं कर रहे हैं। Okay, so just go with the right topo surface and go with the right CAD plan, and then you can start working with. All right. So now let me just go with this and let me delete this. Okay, so I don't need it anymore. And if you don't need this CAD file anymore, so that you can delete it also. For now, I'll hide it. So just hide this element. Okay. And let me go to this 3D. Okay. So you need to place all your grades, and accordingly you will be creating. So here also you can go to orient to view, flow plans and flow plan foundation. Okay. So in this foundation, this is included. This one is included. So that is visible. Okay. And here we can start placing some grids. All right. So we can create some grids over there. And as because this is the 3D view, so I cannot apply grids over there. So I do need to go with this foundation level. And within this foundation level, you can see that is that topo surface is not included, as because it will be only visible within this site. Okay, and here we have some view range option. So how much will be included within this view? So that range we can set also. So for that we have that view range option. Just a second. Okay, so that is also set under this template, right? So we have applied a template, so I cannot change it. So I need to go to the template, go to this template, manage view templates, and this one is the template which we have applied. And there we will apply the changes in the view range. Yeah, so here we have this view range, and you see these are the range. So we have a primary range and we have a view depth. So for this we have a graph. So imagine this is your building. Okay, this is your building, and this three is the bottom associated level. This is the bottom associated level, and that will be associated to that current level. Suppose you are in this foundation level, so bottom will be associated to that foundation level. And there, if you need any height, so you can put offset. So that is the cut plane placed at 1200 height. Okay, so the cut plane is set at the 1200 height from that associated level, that is the current level. And from that cut plane, you can now see in downward direction. From that cut plane, you can see in downward direction. So up to the bottom, the primary range is set. So 2 is your cut plane and 3 is the bottom plane. So from that cut plane, you will see up to this bottom, and the view depth is also set to that bottom plane generally. But we can change the view depth. So that will not be a primary view. Within the view depth, it will not be a primary view. Suppose you want to include that site. So that is not the primary. Suppose you are in the first floor. Suppose you are in the first floor, but you want to include the site layout in the first floor. So in this first floor view, the site plan is not the primary view. So that will come under the view depth. So we will get that in a dim color or in some dotted lines. So that will be visible, but in faded color or some dotted lines, it will be visible, so that we can understand that this is set under that level or below that level. So that is the view depth. And now you can ask me that why then top is there. If I'm seeing through the cut plane till that view depth, so why this top is there? What is the function of this top? So some objects like ventilators and some mechanical pipe ducts. So these are placed at some height, okay, below the lintel, sorry, above the lintel level. Those are placed above the lintel levels, right? So that will be placed above the cut plane. Those will be placed above the cut plane, right? So that also those objects will be included, and those should be within the cut plane and the top plane. Okay, they should be placed within the cut plane and the top plane. So accordingly, you will specify the offset. Okay, so accordingly they will be visible. All right. So this is about the view range, and you need to set that view range. And here you can see that this is the bottom, and you can set this bottom to level below. So below that associated level, it will be visible. As because I'm changing from the view template, so here it is showing associated level and level below. It's not showing the particular level name. So if you are in this particular level and you are applying that properties view range, so you will see the name of that level. Okay, and view depth also, here you can go with unlimited, or else you can go with the level below. Okay, so here I'm going with the level view depth is unlimited, so there will be no particular height, it will go unlimited. So that I'm applying, and if I need to change again, I will change it again. And now you can see that within this foundation level, I can see that. Right now it is visible. Okay, now let me do one thing here. Let me go for none. And now I can change this view range here. And from here, if you are changing it, here you can see that is the bottom is set to level below. So uh, below this below this foundation, there is nothing, right? But this is visible because of this view depth. Even if I make it associated to this level, and even if I click on apply and OK, and you can see this this building pad, this is available because of that view depth. Okay, so that is available here, and here I can create some grids. Okay, so let's create some grids over there. So you can choose like pick line option. So let me go with 1200 offset. Okay, so that is created, and I'm going to give this offset over there. Okay, now let me give like 3200. Sorry, I'm going with the random. Okay, I'm going with the random, and you can rename them. All right, so here you can give it a alphabetical name. Okay, and we will name these two later. And GR is the shortcut for creating grid. You can choose this pick line option. You can place some arc or curve grids that is needed. So I'm going with this pick line option and put the offset value. Choose this. Okay, and now I'm going with 3600. Okay, and then let me go with all right. Here you can check the remaining distance. That is the remaining distance. Okay, so from this last, this is created. Let me just change it to. Okay, we will. Let me change the name later. Let me place some more grids over there. Okay. Let's place some, uh, okay, or else 2400. and there let me go with 4800. Okay, and for the next can apply let me show you, like we can create a multi-segment grids. Here we have this multi-segment, like we can create, let me go with this, like here. And after that, I can go with this start and radius or tangent arc. Okay, like this, I can apply this here, click on cancel. So I need to just move it till here. Okay, so that will be a grid. All right. And let me click on this finish here. If it is clickable here, let me go with the finish. And that is the grid. Okay. And let me go with this grid and let me reposition it here. Or else you can go with this move command and you can place it at this intersection point. At the intersection point, you can place it also like that. So these are the grids you have created. Okay, so let me uncheck this. So here the grid head will not be visible. Here it will be visible. Okay, so for this also check and uncheck here. Can align all these points. And here, let me go with B. Okay, so that is already there. Now let me just change it like this. Okay, and here let me go with D. Now I can change to 4 and this to 5. Okay, so all my grades are placed, right? And now we can start placing our components. So we can place some columns. Here we have some column architecture are there. So you can choose what would be the right column size. And if the right column size is not available, you can go for this load family option. We can load some families. So this is the folder path in the C drive. Go to the program data folder, Autodesk RVT 2021. Within that, libraries. And if you are going with metric units, so choose that English folder. Okay, and come here, you will find out this structural columns are there. Okay, some concrete columns are there. So you can choose this one. Okay, or the square columns. What is needed? You can choose that and open it. Okay, that is already opened. So that rectangular column is already there. Let me click on this square. Some or all of the family files is selected can be uploaded. You must choose family files of the category columns. Okay, so I'm choosing the structural column, right? So under this architecture column, it's I cannot load the structural columns. Okay, so here we have this column option. And here let me choose this rectangular column. These columns are there. So I can choose this chamfered column. Click on open, and this chamfered column is loaded right now. Okay, and here also you can see some options are there. So if it doesn't match, so you can create your own. So for that, choose any column, like go to this architectural column and select any of this and go to this edit type option, and then go to this duplicate. We will be duplicating it. Okay, so you can choose either chamfered column or the rectangular column and choose any type. Okay, and then go for the duplicate. So give it a name, like 300 by 300 mm. Click on OK. And here we have this depth and width. We need to change this. So change it and apply some materials. All right. So we have this list. So apply this concrete cast in situ and appearance. If you need to change anything, so click on apply. OK. OK. And there you can start placing. All right. And here you can define what will be the height. It will be like uh, depth or height. So if you're placing from ground floor, so from that ground floor, you can go with the depth. Okay. So here I'm placing from the foundation level, so it will go for height, and up to the ground floor level, it will be the height. Okay, so you can go with that. All right. So I'll not place it from here. I'll go to the ground floor, and from here I will place it. Let me place it over there. And now let's go with this architectural column, this one, and let's place it over there. Okay, and here you can see that it's not placing as per the orientation. So you can press space bar. Okay, and press space bar and you will get this snap points here. Okay, so this way we can place at the intersection of our grids. All right, so that is how we placed it. And we can go for this edit family. So this option is later needed. So I'll not go with this edit family now. Later we'll learn about this edit family, and if I need to change in this family, so I will add it later. Okay, so this is the base level. You can see the base level is ground floor, and it will go to the top level, to the foundation level. It will go down to that foundation level. Okay, and let me show you in this 3 dimension. And let me go to this 3D view and choose this section box, or here I will uncheck this section box, and that is placed here. Let me change the visual style to realistic, and that is placed here like that. Okay, so we can create some other elements. We can place some other elements like footings. So in this structure, we have this footings. Okay, so isolated footings. So these things we will learn in the structural classes. So for that, you can uh, leave this, or else you can go with the wall also. So we can go with this kind of wall. So go to this, sorry, not go to this wall architecture, and here we have this stacked wall. Okay, so we have this stacked wall. We can place with the stacked wall. So in next class, I will describe about all the types of wall and how to create all these types. Okay, uh, I'm just showing you. All right, I'm just showing you. And what will be the height? Let me specify. Okay, so that will be depth, not height. That will be depth. And this is the level for your depth. Okay. And let me specify the finish face exterior. So everything I will describe in the next class. So let me place. And if it is not in the right direction, so you can just place space bar to change the orientation. Okay, so I'm going with that. And here you can see this is connecting as because this chain is selected. All right. And for this, we can go with this start and radius, start and end, and this will be the radius, and then go for the line, and it will be connected. So I'm just creating the outlines. You can, if you need, you can create with the, so you can go with this pick line also. Uh, so let me go this line quickly and place it. Now let me change it to wall center line. All right. Let me go with this. So these are placed, and here you can see. These all are placed till that ground floor. Right. And after that, we can place our floors, and then we will start placing our next walls. Okay. So these are the walls. Let me delete these walls so that you can see this is your stacked wall. These are your stacked walls. Okay, so in next class we will learn how to place our walls and create and define the wall types. All right, so this is all for today. I hope you understand. If you have any question, let me know. Let me solve it. Thank you.